And there it was, the climactic two-string run from George Lynch's Paris is Burning intro solo. Welcome back, guys. We're going to finish this thing off here tonight. And what we're going to do is just break down that epic two-string run into bite-sized chunks. And I'm going to give you some guidance right up front. This is generally played at 16th note pace at approximately, I guess, around 140, 144 beats a minute. And it's 16th pace all the way through. Sometimes we'll have a phrase like this. And that'll lend itself to wanting to be 6 notes in a beat, but you actually don't speed up to 6 notes a beat. So when you see those things, just remember it's a little faster than the 16ths. And regarding the picking, generally spoken, until we get way up here, you're going to pick on downbeats whenever you hit a new string, and that's it. It's not super picked. So let's get at this thing. So the first phrase is going to start with a downbeat on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, the B string. But right before that, we're going to start on the 4th fret. So this is the downbeat. This is the note before. So that's going to look like this. There you have it. So it's going to be 4, 5, 7 on the B, 3, 5, 7 on the E. Then we're going to pull off of that 7th fret back to 5, 3. And then we're going to hit the 5th fret on the B string. So that's going to be, so that chunk is like this. Second chunk is like this. So we're going to start on the E string on the 8th fret. It's going to be 8, 7, 5. And then the 8th fret on the B string. And then back to the 8th fret on the high E string, where we're just going to do a little indiscriminate slide up. So that's going to look like this so far. So then we move up to 7th position on the B string for, and that's going to start off on the 7th fret of the B string, hammer 8, 10, pull off to 7 again. So then on the high E string, 8, pull 7, and then back to the B string, 10, pull 8. So then we have, again, that same phrase. Then the high note is on the 10th fret of the E string. And then we're going to slide backwards from that. So slowly we'll put the whole thing together. Then we're going to go B string. That's going to be 8, 10, 12, and then 8, 10, 12 on the E as well. Then we have this phrase. And that's going to be 10, 12, 13 on the B, and then 10, 12, 13 as well on the E, and then pull 12, 10 on the E, and then pull from the 13th to the 10th on the B. Then we're going to play and that's going to be 10, 12, 13, back to 12 on the B. Then on the high E, 13, 12, 10, and then 13. Next one. That's going to be 13, 12 on the E, and then 15, 12 on the B, and then 15 on the high E with the slide back. Okay. Here we go. Then we have, so it's sort of a double hit on that 13th fret of the B string. It's going to be 13, 15, 17, and then 13, 15, 17. Then we add on the B and E string, that's going to be 15, 17, 18, and then 15, 17 on the high E. And now we're laying the pick on more notes. And by the time we're here, we're pretty much picking every note. Then we have, that's 15, 17, 19, both on the B and E strings. And believe it or not, we have a little bit of a flub, which goes like this, which is 15 on the E twice, 17 on the B, back to 15 on the E, and then to 19 on the E. Now we get to the real climax of this thing. The notes are actually going to be 17, 19, 21 on both the high E and the B to start with. You're going to bounce back and forth between and this. And that second variation is 17 on the E, and then the B string on 19, B string on 21, and then back 17, 19, 21 on the high E. So yes, George switches back and forth between these two. And the recipe here is he goes 8 times like this, then he goes 3 times like this, then he goes 2 times like this, and then he goes 4 times like this. That's the idea. Hold the last high note, and you're gonna just gonna skitter, bounce the pick on its edge up the high E string while that note rings. And then just give it a big old slide on the low E, 12th fret down, get that low E power chord, start diving the whole chord, and then reactivate the low E string for a single string dive bump. So that's, once that goes down a little bit, natural harmonic on the high E string, 7th fret. And then we get a couple scratchy noises. Mute all of the strings with your left hand, and then with your right hand, bad mute. Mute all the strings with your left hand for real, and then with your right hand, just slide across all the strings. And the faster you do it, the higher the pitch is. So it's like, and then we have the big old, so I'll play the whole thing kind of slowly. This has been great fun. We're going to do a separate lesson on just this because there's a picking secret there I want you to know, but this lesson's gone on too long already. Enjoy. This thing is so rewarding to get down. I'll catch you on the next one, gang. Take care.